If you're a first-time mom, these are breastfeeding tips I wish I knew. First, starting off, it's going to take a few days for your milk to come in, and this is completely normal. In the beginning, all you're going to produce is colostrum, and that's going to be enough for your baby. Cluster feeding in those first few days and even those first few weeks is completely normal. Does not mean that you have a low supply, and this is actually going to help your milk come in the beginning. Breastfeeding is going to be uncomfortable in the beginning, but it should not be extremely painful. I always say listen to your gut and intuition, because the last time for me, my breastfeeding journey was so completely painful that I was in tears, went and got my baby checked, and he ended up having oral ties, so always just keep that in mind. I actually learned this with my last breastfeeding journey, that you actually want to wait until you actually have your baby to have your nipples sized for your flanges for your pump. Pro tip, you can actually take your pump with you to the hospital and have the lactation consultant help you with your pump and help you size you for your flange size if you have no idea how to do it yourself. Always check to see if your insurance will cover a lactation consultant. You can check it through the lactation network. I did this last time, and I actually had a lactation consultant that would come see me at home. Now, majority of the time, you're always going to see one in the hospital, but highly recommend just seeing one whenever you get home too, to help kind of just still establish your breastfeeding journey, because I feel like those first few days that you're in the hospital, there is just so much going on and you're kind of getting information overload. Like, it's always just helpful to see a lactation consultant again whenever you get home and to just make sure you're on the right path with your breastfeeding journey. Unfortunately, no amount of supplements are really going to help your breastfeeding output. It's really all about supply and demand. So whether you're exclusively pumping or whether you're breastfeeding, you're always wanting to kind of stay on a little bit of a schedule. And if you're exclusively breastfeeding, you always want to make sure you're latching that baby to help bring out more output. Which also gets me with always wanting to make sure that you're staying hydrated, drinking electrolytes, and eating plenty of calories, which I know is super hard as a new mom. You are going to be breastfeeding and bottle feeding. Like, if you have to go back to work, make sure you look up pace feeding. This is really going to help prevent your baby from getting a nipple like bottle preference. And also, because social media, I feel like, is so bad about it, remember that you do not have to feed your freezer. You only have to feed your baby. If you're a first time mom planning on breastfeeding, make sure you save this so you can come back to it later. Or if you're a seasoned mom like me, drop some other helpful tips down in the comments.